Daniel was a 15-year-old boy who lived in a small town. He was bright, curious, and full of energy, but he had one big problem: he could never stay focused on anything. His mind jumped from one thing to another like a bird flying from branch to branch. He would start his homework and then suddenly want to check his phone. He would begin reading a book and then decide to watch a video. Even when someone talked to him, he often didn't hear the full sentence. Because of this, Daniel's grades were going down, and he felt frustrated. Deep inside, he knew he could do much better, but he didn't know how. He often said to himself, "Why can't I stay focused? Why is my mind so noisy?" One afternoon, after another long day at school, Daniel decided to take a walk through the park to clear his mind. As he walked under the tall trees, he saw an old man sitting on a bench. The man looked so calm that he almost looked like part of the scenery. His eyes were soft, and his face held a peaceful smile. Daniel had seen him before. People called him Mr. Caleb, a quiet elderly man who often sat in the park reading simple books or staring peacefully at the river. Today, something made Daniel walk toward him. "Hello, sir," Daniel said politely. Mr. Caleb looked up and smiled. "Hello, young man. You look troubled. Sit with me." Daniel sat down, surprised that the man could see his feelings so quickly. "Sir, I can't focus on anything," Daniel admitted. "My mind runs everywhere. I start something and then get distracted. I feel like I'm losing control." Mr. Caleb nodded gently, as if he already understood. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "A story about the secret power of a focused mind." Daniel leaned forward. He loved stories. "Many years ago," Mr. Caleb began, "there were two young archers named Elias and Rowan. They both wanted to become the best in their village. Every day, they practiced shooting arrows at a wooden target. At first, both boys were equal. They trained hard, sweat on their brows, fire in their hearts. But after a while, something changed. "What happened?" Daniel asked. Mr. Caleb smiled. "Elias kept improving. Rowan stayed the same." Daniel frowned. Why did Elias practice more? "No," said Mr. Caleb. "They practiced the same amount of time. They ate the same food. They slept the same hours. Then what made the difference?" Daniel asked. "Focus," Mr. Caleb answered. Elias practiced with full attention. When he held his bow, he thought only of the target. His mind became quiet like still water. But Rowan was different. Each time he practiced, he kept thinking about other things: what people thought of him, what he would do later, or whether he might fail. His body was at the training ground, but his mind was everywhere else. Daniel nodded slowly. He felt like Rowan. One day, Mr. Caleb continued, their master gave them a test. He placed a small wooden bird on a branch and asked them one question: "What do you see?" Rowan said, "I see the tree, the sky, the leaves, and the bird." Elias said, "I see only the bird." The master smiled. Rowan missed his shot. Elias hit the bird exactly in the center. Daniel listened quietly. The message was clear. "So, Daniel," the old man said softly, "a mind that tries to see everything at once sees nothing clearly, but a mind that sees one thing deeply can achieve great things." Daniel sighed. "But my mind keeps running. I don't know how to make it focus." Mr. Caleb chuckled kindly. "Everyone thinks focus is natural, but focus is a skill, something you build, just like strength. He reached into his pocket and took out a small, smooth pebble. "What's that for?" Daniel asked. "This," said Mr. Caleb, placing the pebble in Daniel's hand, "is your first lesson. Close your hand around the pebble," Mr. Caleb said. Daniel did so. "Now, for 1 minute, think only about the pebble. Its shape, its smoothness, its weight. Whenever your mind tries to run away, gently bring it back to the pebble." It sounded simple, but after 10 seconds, Daniel's mind jumped to school, then to his phone, then to a video he watched earlier. Mr. Caleb watched him struggle. When the minute ended, he asked, "Difficult, isn't it?" Daniel nodded. "Very. That is how your mind behaves all day," the old man said. "And that is why you feel lost." Daniel looked down at the pebble in his hand. Just 1 minute, and he couldn't focus. "Now," Mr. Caleb continued, "I'll tell you something important. Your mind is not weak. It is simply untrained. But the moment you learn to guide it, everything in your life will change." "What do you mean?" Daniel asked. Mr. Caleb smiled. "Let me tell you another small example. Have you ever seen a magnifying glass focusing sunlight on paper?" "Yes," Daniel said. "It can burn the paper." "Exactly," the old man said. "Sunlight by itself is warm, gentle, soft. But when you focus it, it becomes powerful enough to burn. Your mind is the same. Unfocused thoughts are like scattered light. But when you concentrate them on one point, your mind becomes a powerful force." Daniel's eyes widened. This made sense. "But how do I learn to focus like that?" he asked eagerly. The old man pointed at the pebble. "Start with 1 minute, then 2, then 3. This small daily practice will train your mind to stay still." Daniel took the pebble home and placed it on his study table. He started practicing every morning. At first, he failed again and again. His mind kept running away. But each time, he gently pulled it back. After a week, he noticed something. He could focus a little better. He could finish a page of homework without checking his phone. He could listen to a full explanation in class without drifting off. He could read for 10 minutes without getting distracted. It wasn't perfect, but it was better, and that was enough to give him hope. As weeks passed, Daniel felt the change becoming stronger. He realized something important. Focus was not about forcing his mind. It was about guiding it gently, like a parent guiding a child. One afternoon, he went back to the park to see Mr. Caleb. "Sir, the pebble exercise is working," Daniel said happily. "I can focus so much better now." The old man smiled warmly. "Good. You have unlocked the first door." "The first door?" Daniel asked. "Is there more?" "There are always more doors," the old man laughed. "Now that you have learned to hold your attention, you must learn to direct it." "How do I do that?" Mr. Caleb looked at him kindly. "Choose something important, something you want to change or achieve. Then use your new focus to give it your full attention every day. Even small steps will lead you to big results." Daniel thought hard. He wanted to improve his grades and feel proud of himself again. He wanted to study without feeling helpless, so he began using his focus practice for schoolwork. He broke big tasks into small ones. He set a timer. He put his phone away. And he told his mind, "This is the only thing I will look at right now." And it worked. For the first time, Daniel felt in control of his mind, not the other way around. Months passed. Daniel's teachers were surprised. His parents were proud. His friends noticed he was calmer, more confident, more present. One day, Daniel returned to the park. Mr. Caleb was sitting on the same bench as always. "Sir," Daniel said, "I understand now. Focus is not a gift. It is a power we build." The old man nodded, "And you, my boy, have unlocked it." Daniel sat beside him and whispered, "Thank you, sir. You changed my life." Mr. Caleb smiled gently. "No, Daniel. You changed your life. I only showed you the way." Before Daniel left, Mr. Caleb said one last thing. "Remember this for the rest of your life. Once you learn to control your focus, you learn to control your future. A focused mind can calm storms, break mountains, and build dreams." Daniel walked home with a bright heart. He knew one thing for sure: he had unlocked a power inside him that would guide him all his life. And that is the secret power of a focused mind.